Hello Vineyard Tallinn family, and hello to anyone else who may be watching this. It's Raph, and welcome to Torah Tuesday. The sea was a scary place for the ancient Hebrews, and who could blame them with stories like the flood narrative being part of their history. The sea was an unknown place, and the root word, ma, was developed out of this fear. Ma can mean chaos, but it could also be the question word, what? Because of the sense of searching for the unknown. Beginning in the book of Genesis, God creates order out of the waters, or ma'im, which is the plural of ma. In the flood narrative, God destroys the world with a flood, or with chaos. God parts the sea to have the Hebrew people cross on dry ground. In these cases, ma and ma'im play a crucial role as opposition to order and peace. When Jesus shows up on scene, there are stories of him and water. The Gospel, according to Matthew, Jesus sends his disciples onto the Sea of Galilee and into a storm. They are terrified, but Jesus walks out on the water and he says, "Don't be afraid. Take courage. I am here." He eventually calls Peter out of the boat and onto the water. Peter gets out of the boat and he walks towards Jesus, but then he notices the chaos around him and he begins to sink. Jesus saves Peter and they walk back to the boat. Earlier in Matthew, they are traveling again by boat on the Sea of Galilee. And Jesus, he's sleeping when a storm hits and the disciples are freaking out. Jesus responds, "Why are you afraid? You have so little faith." Then he got up and he rebuked the wind and the waves. And suddenly, there was a great calm. Just like God in the Hebrew Bible, Jesus controls the chaos. But water doesn't always have to present a scary picture of chaos. The term ma'im chayim is also from the root word ma, and it means spring or living water. Water that moves like a river and was flowing and not stagnant was meant for cleansing. And water is necessary for life. Look at what Jesus says in John. "Anyone who believes in me may come and drink. For the scriptures declare, rivers of living water will flow from his heart." We believe that Jesus is God, and God in the scripture has control over the chaos. These stories demonstrate for us God's ability to bring order out of our chaos. Sometimes he asks us to get out of the boat, and sometimes he acts on our behalf. Either way, we have to remember that in spite of all the chaos that's around us, God always makes a way. Grace and peace, family. And I hope that as we face our chaos, we will see God bringing order and peace. And I'll see you next time for Torah Tuesday.